You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, it's YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe, coming back at ya. Another week in it. We're coming in every week, Fridays at noon at 104.5 and 106.1 FM. You can also follow us at YPC936 on YouTube, YPC936 on Facebook, and YPC936.com. You can give us a little shout out if there's anybody you'd like to see, any questions that you might have, or if you'd like to talk to us and just gain a little bit of inspiration. Son.
And YPC936 Instagram.
Oh, I forgot about
Unbelievable.
Instagram.
Unreal.
Well, I just thought,
You just thought
it just
what?
disappeared.
You thought what?
There's some,
Hey.
I don't know.
Hey, look at here.
Don't put me, no.
Look at here.
I can't do it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody that's out there listening. Thank you so much for tuning in to YPC936 on Lone Star Radio. Big shout out to Dick, our producer.
Big shout out to Dick, the producer.
We got a great show for you today.
Why is it so great, son?
You do not understand why it's so great right now. Can you handle the truth?
No, I don't know. I can't handle it. Tell me why it's so great.
It's great because we got a very, 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 very great young entrepreneur who's coming today as our guest. You guys know him. You guys see him.
You may have even had your hair cut by him.
That's exactly it. It is Galindo, the owner of Galindo's Barbershop. He has 3 locations.
He has a first name, too.
His name is Zak. Zak Galindo. Big shout out to Zak and Galindo's Barbershop for being our guest today. He has a great story on how everything got started with Galindo's Barbershop. So make sure you guys tune in. Stay tuned. Don't turn off your radio. Do not switch station.
Did you hear he just got engaged?
No, I did not. Yes, I did.
That was on Facebook.
I did. And
I
honestly,
don't think that was on Instagram.
Nope. It was beautiful. Big shout out to his fiance, Sophie.
Sophie.
Shout out. Hey, we're happy for you guys, man.
We are
Happy
happy
New
for
Year.
you guys.
With
Congratulations.
everything going on right now, you guys just are incredible. You know what I mean? You guys, the things you guys are doing in the community, the things you guys are doing in the barbershop scene, everything you guys are doing, amazing. Big shout out to Galindo again.
Big shout out to Galindo's. Can we get a roar? Roar.
Meow.
Okay, guys. This is going to be a long one. We've got a lot of questions for these for these guys. So we're going to go ahead and jump on, take a little break. I know that they're here. They're waiting. They're ready. They're jumping up and down, bouncing off the walls.
Hope you guys are excited to hear all this good stuff that's coming to you.
I know I'm excited. Okay,
You're always
we'll be
excited.
back here in just a minute. Remember, check us out on YouTube, YPC936, Facebook, YPC936, all across the board, from website to the socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check us out.
Share,
Click follow.
like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.
And support your local community.
That's right.
See you in a bit.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Taylor Cobion with the OC Wellness in Conroe, Texas, and I'd like to start this off with a question. What's the most important part of your health? That's right, psychology. If your mind isn't in it, then you aren't in it, and that's the biggest part of my job, increasing your drive, energy, and personal happiness. While I'm looking for people experiencing chronic disease, pain, and fatigue, the first step to helping these people, aka you, is by assessing their and your mentality. The information and marketing out there can tend to lead you down a dark rabbit hole, but you've got to remember that your mind and body are what? An original. And you are the what? The captain. Together that's original captain, and that's what the OC stands for. Do you know anyone who visits the chiropractor but still doesn't experience lasting relief? If so, please send them my way. I'm Taylor Cobian, owner of the OC Wellness, reminding you to keep your health and wellness original. Good afternoon, City of Conroe. This is YPC Young Professionals coming to you live at noon. We are here with an honorary guest today, Zak Galindo, owner and founder of Galindo's Barber Shop. They've had tremendous success here in the Magnolia Woodlands Conroe area, and they are going to treat us with some of their tricks, tips, and hopefully give us some of their kicks. So, son, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Zach.
Hey, I'm great, man. Thanks for having me, y'all. I'm great, man. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Man, we're glad you can make it here. Thank you for being here with us. Let's go ahead and start off with a fun question, okay? We gotta know.
We got to know.
Big shout out to Galindo for showing up. Zach, thank you. So, we gotta know. We all know that everyone makes mistakes, and no one is perfect. Have you ever messed someone's hair up while cutting it?
Yes. Man, I have a couple of stories. So I think a lot of barbers have experienced this, but it's one of those things where, like, once you do it, you'll never do it again. And it's the notorious, you're going over the top of the head with the guard, and you didn't secure the guard on there right. Ooh. And it pops off.
No way.
And inevitably, it never fails.
Wow.
It's usually you're going with like an 8 or something like a long guard. It pops off, and you plug them. I think every barber's gone through that at some point.
How do you handle that?
I mean, how you would expect. You know, you're like, okay, so it's really short. We're gonna have to take it down really short. Like there's no way around it. Because it's usually right in the middle of the head. You can't cover it. Like, I mean, that's just how it is, man.
What's your funniest reaction to that from a customer?
You know, honestly, there was a guy that said, okay, that's fine. Like, literally, just like that. Like if it had happened to him before or something like that. But, I mean, it's only happened once. So, for me, it hasn't happened more than once. Whew. But the reaction that I got was, I mean, the guy was cool about it. And now, luckily, it was in barber school. So, in barber school, haircuts are like $5, right? So it's kind of like they let you know at the beginning, hey, these are student barbers. So in case anything happens to go wrong, you're only paying $5, right? And they're student barbers. They let you know. But at the end of the day, it's still a person, right? Like it's still somebody that wanted to get a haircut that ends up getting plugged and not getting the haircut that they want.
Ooh, wow.
So, but yeah, I think if you ask any barber, they've had a story similar, if not the same story. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure.
So nothing after school?
No, I wouldn't say anything after school. There's been the times where, like, you know, you cut somebody's mustache maybe a little too thin. You know, like if I was to cut yours a little too thin.
I did have somebody mess up the handlebars. I was like, yeah, just make it short. All of a sudden, boom. My reaction was like, you know, don't get mad. You know what I mean? Even though they messed it up, it's just like, don't get mad. It'll grow back, but it's going to take a lot longer.
Well, you know, a lot of people are more, they're a lot pickier about their mustache, especially if they have, you know, a mustache like yours. Because, I mean, it takes a while to get it like that, right?
Mm-hmm,
Not just anybody. Like, if I try to grow my mustache out like that, I'd look ridiculous. You know, like you can rock it. But since you have such little to work with, such little room for error, if you mess it up, like, it doesn't look right. Like, you got to shave the whole thing off. Yeah. And then you look like a completely different person, right? Like,
that's true.
You know, you have a little girl, she probably wouldn't recognize you,
nah,
right? She'd
yeah,
be like,
that's true.
Who is this guy? Like, this ain't my daddy, you know?
No, I saw his driver's license. I didn't recognize him.
No.
I thought he was trying to pull a fast one on somebody.
Yeah, so, you know, there's stories like that where, you know, you might cut somebody's mustache a little too thin, or you might cut somebody's beard a little too short, you know.
Would you say
like
beards are more difficult than hair? Like facial, anything on the face might be a little more difficult than the head?
I think so, because you have, like I was mentioning, a lot less room for error. right? With the head, you have a little bit more surface area. You can fade things out a little better.
Yeah.
With the beard, not so much, man, because depending on the length of it, it'll change the shape of your face. It'll change how you look. So beards, and I think that's why a lot of people are very skeptical about going places to get their beards done. We have a lot of clients that come in that normally just do it themselves because they don't trust someone else to do it because of that, right? Like they'll trust somebody with their hair. They don't really care so much for it.
Yes.
But if you're growing out a beard and you're grooming it and you're treating it, that's your baby, man. You don't want somebody messing it up, you know?
After a while, it gets nerve-wracking, man. It's like, what? How long have you been growing your mustache?
Man, it took me a while. It took probably 6 months, almost 8 months.
And you've had it for how long?
Very long time, say 4 years.
It's a part of you now, man.
Yeah, it is a part of me.
So
I
if
couldn't imagine
someone
you
messed
without
that up,
Nah.
it would be very emotional.
It would be, but at the same time, I know that it grows back. You know what I mean? Same thing with hair. I'll just put a cap on. That's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
same.
But facial hair, yes.
You can't
You
do
can't
it
put a
if-
cap
well,
on.
I guess-
But nowadays,
well,
you can put a
nowadays you
mask
have a
on.
mask.
Yeah, you can put a
Yeah.
mask on.
Yeah.
So it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Hey, son, why are you wearing a mask all the time?
That's the reason why now you know.
So, are you originally from Texas?
No, so I was born in Honduras in Central America, and then I moved to Chicago when I was 8 years old. But I found my way to Texas in 2004, and so I'm an honorary Texan at this point now.
So, how old were you when you moved here?
So I was to Texas.
Yeah.
I was 16 when I moved down here.
So it was more of your parents' decision, or?
Yeah, so we were actually, I had a sister that had gone to college here in Corsicana, and she moved down when she got married. She had always wanted to make her way back to Texas. And we came to visit one year. We were looking for a house at the same time in Chicago. And at the time, in 2004, the housing market here was crazy, right? Like, I think it's still much better here than a lot of big cities, but even more so then in 2004. For the same house that we were looking for in Chicago, down here, we were able to pretty much double our square footage for half the price, right? And so when we looked at, my brother-in-law at the time was in real estate, so he showed us around a bunch of houses here in Houston, and I mean, it was a no-brainer, right? Like, we could get 3 times as much house down here than we could up there, and up there, it wouldn't be in necessarily a nice neighborhood, right? Like, if you guys know anything about Chicago, you have a nice neighborhood, and then literally across the block is a not-so-nice neighborhood. And so we were able to move down here into the Woodlands area, had a house with a pool. You know, I went to the Woodlands High School, so, you know, nice high school and all that. And so it was a no-brainer, man. But I've been down here since, and I honestly, at this point, I couldn't really see myself being anywhere else. At this point in time, I couldn't really see myself living anywhere else. I feel like, you know, the Conroe Woodlands area is exploding. There's so much potential here. You know, I really have no complaints, man.
Man, that's awesome.
That's good to know.
That is awesome. So you say you moved from Honduras
To Chicago.
At the age of 8?
8 years old.
8 years old, so you speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah, so actually when I was in Honduras, and it's customary in Central American countries, if you have the opportunity to, you go to bilingual school. So you learn English and Spanish pretty much at the same time. So when I came to the States, I knew really, really proper English, you know, like I didn't know slang, I didn't know certain comments and all that, but I could have a conversation. You know, my mom used to drag me everywhere she went. She couldn't speak English, so she dragged me everywhere, and I'd translate, you know, at 8 years old. You know, I'd have to be like, she'd be like, okay, what's he saying? You know, and I'm sitting there talking to whoever, having to translate. And so I was lucky to have that because it made the transition for me a lot easier. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I really enjoyed about living in Chicago, too. You know, I don't miss the cold whatsoever.
Not one bit shoveling snow.
I've seen enough of that.
The
for my life.
slush on the highway.
Nope.
Man, rusty cars.
Yeah, so my mom used to be the maintenance lady for the apartment that we lived in.
Mm-hmm.
So my memories of when it was snowing and when it was cold, I would have to wake up and shovel the walkway for the whole apartment. I would have to help people get out of their parking spots, throw that rock salt, all that stuff, all before I had to go to school. You know, so I've seen enough snow for a lifetime, man.
Tell me you don't miss eating icicle when you were younger. Come
No,
on,
man.
break
No,
that off
man.
and like.
It's
No.
so good. Eating
Oh,
snow's good
man.
too.
I've had enough, man. I've had
I
enough.
remember growing up and just breaking. Like,
Grabbing
oh
an
man, you
icicle.
can actually stab somebody with it. You know what I mean?
You've always thought violent thoughts, son.
No, I don't. I do not.
It's like the killer Jack Frost.
I need to know. You moved from Honduras. why did you guys move from the state? What was the transition? Why the transition?
Yeah, so I have 2 older sisters that were going to school here in Texas. They were in Corsicana. They went to Navarro College, and when they finished college, they had a friend that was originally from Chicago. So they were like, you know what, let's go to Chicago. It's a big city. You know, we'll have a lot of opportunity over there. Well, they were young. It was just 2 of them. And when they moved out to Chicago, they figured out, man, it's a lot harder making it than we had originally thought. And so we moved. I have a younger sister as well. So my mom grabbed us and came to Chicago really to help them out, to help them get on their feet because they were struggling. And so it was a complete like change because we're living in a really tropical climate in Honduras. And then we go to Chicago, of all cities, that, I mean, it's known for being like extremely cold, windy. The weathers are brutal. The winters are just crazy over there. But yeah, so we moved really to help them out, to help them get back on their feet.
Wow, man, that's nice of you guys.
It is nice of you guys. So you have a really tight together family.
Yeah. So we don't really have a big family. It's I've got 3 older sisters. It's myself and then my mom. So, you know, my dad wasn't in the picture or anything. So we're really close-knit. Family is really important to us. And then, you know, we have that immigrant mentality to where, you know, we care a lot about family. We work for everything that we have. Nothing's ever been handed to us. And I think that just helps us to really stay close-knit, you know, and always keep family really above everything.
That's amazing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So what made you want to become a barber?
Oh, man, I love telling this story. So growing up in Chicago, there's a barber shop pretty much on every corner, right? And that's just what you do. You go to your neighborhood barbershop on Saturdays. And I remember being, you know, 10, 11 years old, going to the barbershop. At that point, there were no appointments or anything, so you had to go there and literally just wait. But I loved everything about it, man. I loved the atmosphere. I always thought the barbers were cool because they always had wads of cash. They knew everybody. They always had, like, nice clothes on, the latest shoes. People were always just having a good time in there. It was a great vibe. Loved the smells of it. I loved getting a haircut. Like, to this day, I love getting a haircut. To me, that's like one of the greatest joys of life, man. Getting a fresh haircut. And so I think from that point, man, I just fell in love with the barbershop, man.
Yes.
And eventually got to high school, started cutting all my friends, started cutting my own hair, really messing myself up most of the time. But
Three-way mirror, cutting your own hair.
Yeah, man. So at the time, hey, baby.
Hey.
How
You can sit. You can sit
Right
over
here.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were just talking about how I got into the barbershop.
Ah, okay.
Do you know this story?
Do I what?
Do you know the story about how I got in the barbershop?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's heard me tell it. I love telling it, man, because I have a lot of passion for this. Like
Yeah.
really, like to this day, man. Like I absolutely love what I do. Like I was saying, I really love getting a fresh haircut. I love the feeling that you get, and on a day-to-day basis, we give that to people. And like when I tell you, it never gets old. Like I mean, I've been doing this 15 years now, and I love this just as much as I did the first day I went to barber school. You know what I mean? Like I have so much love for it, so much passion for it, and it's rewarding, man. Like we literally get to have people walk in, and I love it when they walk in and they say, "Man, I don't really know what I want," and then you just change their life, man. Like you change their world.
Really?
Like I promise you, and especially people that have never been to a barber shop, right? You know, there's a ton of places you can get a haircut.
Yeah, for sure.
But they've never been to a barber, and they get the barber experience, and then it's like, what have I been doing my whole life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I love that exchange. I love that experience. But to answer your question, man, that's when I really found out that I loved the barbershop. I
Neighborhood
just love the
barbershop,
vibe.
yeah.
I love the atmosphere. It's like it's a community, right? Like you're part of a community when you walk in there. And then as I kept going back, I became like one of the regulars. And now granted, I was like 11, 12 years old at the time, but like they knew me and I knew the barbers. And I was in that community, you know, and the way that we have our shop set up is the same way, man. Like you come in, you're part of the family, man. So you come in, we're going to greet you by name. You know, you can jump in on the conversation. I mean, we're always talking sports, arguing about, you know, current events, like whatever, you know, but it's just that vibe, man, that community feel that I love, man.
You can hear the passion in your voice as you start
Definitely.
talking about it, man.
Absolutely, man. I
You
love
make me want to
talking
just
about
go
it.
get my haircut tomorrow because I'm gonna tell you, and that's the reason why I'm rocking a hat because I have not. I need a haircut. You see it?
You got
You
some
always
hair.
rocking a hat, man.
Yeah. No, I need a haircut, and I'm gonna come see you tomorrow because honestly, just by telling that story, I was like, man, you make me just want to go in there and just get a
I'm
haircut.
sure
I don't
you're
care if you
making a
mess
lot
me
of
up.
Other people making them want to come get their haircut. I want to come get my haircut.
Yeah, well, you know, it's one of those
Seriously.
things where I tell people if what I just said right now, if you've never experienced that, then yes, you need to come and check us out. Honestly,
need to
because
come check you
you're
guys
missing
out.
out. It's one of those like bucket list type things. Like a relationship with a barber. If you don't have one, then you really don't know what I'm talking about. But if you do have one, then you understand the bond between a barber and his client, man. There's guys that I've been cutting for all 15 years that if I stop cutting hair right now, they know where I live, right? And they'll come knocking on my door. But it's that kind of bond to where it's not like they're not even clients.
Yeah.
They're my friends. They're my people.
Yeah.
They come and we're kicking it. Like, yeah, they're paying me to cut their hair, but like I'm just hanging out with my friends all day. Like literally,
Yeah.
and it's people that I like, you know.
Yeah.
And so, to me, man, there's no better job, there's no better profession than that, man. You get to do what you love with people that you like. There's nothing better than that, man.
And I think that just shows you that, man, you love what you do so much, and with so much passion when you speak about it, just to see the success that that you have. How many shops do you have right now?
So we've got 2 barbershops, we've got a spa, and we're working on a 3rd barbershop right now. And so hopefully
Wow.
we can get that going here in 2021. It's been a struggle, especially with COVID. You know, a lot of the negotiations with landlords. Things have changed here over the last 6 months with how they do things because a lot of places have gone out of business. So you know, there's just a lot more that you got to do really to work a deal out. But we're really working on getting something going here within the next 6 months, man. We've had great success. We've got a great team with us, and you know, with a great team, you can do anything, man. And so we're really pushing for that 3rd one now.
So what would you say is one of the biggest mental obstacles when initially growing, like your first barbershop, and then the others? Did they stick around, or how'd you handle it?
As far as the barbers,
Or
what
as
do you
far
mean?
as yourself, like taking that first entrepreneurial venture on, hey, I think I'm actually going to do this, and how was that? And then was there anything going through your head constantly that might have been something that you were fighting?
Yeah, so just a little backstory too. So for about 4 years, I had gone to college. So I've been cutting hair this whole time. And then I was actually an accountant. I was a CPA for 2 years. I was an auditor for Ernst & Young, which is one of the largest public accounting firms in the world.
My wife was at Ernst & Young. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What year was she there?
I don't remember.
Okay, so I was there from 2015 to 2017 is why I'm asking.
Okay.
We might have crossed paths in there. But so I had kind of a business accounting background. And I had a pretty decent job, you know, for I guess most standards. That's a pretty, you know, stable job, accounting, you get benefits, you know, decent salary, all that. And I was still cutting hair whenever I wasn't working. Because like I said, I had clients that if I wasn't cutting hair, they'd come to my house. And so I would take one day, you know, Saturday or Sunday, and just cut hair all day and make sure I got all my clients in. But I was doing that because I had originally gone to school because I knew I wanted to open up a shop. This was from the time I was like 18 or 19. I knew, okay, I know how to cut hair. I want to eventually open up a shop, but I don't have any business knowledge, right? And so I was like, all right, I need to go to school. I need to get a business degree and learn how to run a business, right? Which that's not how it works, right? But in my head, I was like, okay, that's what I got to do. So I went to school. They make you declare for a major, and I had done pretty well in some of the basics in accounting. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do accounting. I'm gonna declare for an accounting major. As I was going through, they start doing career fairs, and they start having people come and try to recruit people from accounting. And so I was like, let me do an interview. Let me just see how this stuff works. You know, I never thought I'd be in like corporate America or anything.
Yeah.
Ended up getting an internship with Ernst & Young. And I was like, okay, I'll do the internship. You know, it's not like a full-time job or anything. I'll do the internship, see how it goes. Did the internship, did well, got a full-time offer. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to follow this, you know, and see kind of where it goes. So I ended up being there for 2 years, learned a ton. I'm glad I had that experience. I got to see what big business is all about, what makes great companies, what makes great companies have employees that want to work for them. And I also saw some companies that weren't all that great and why they weren't great and why their employees didn't want to work for them, you know? I got to see both sides of the coin. But after the 2 years, I got burnt out because it wasn't fulfilling for me. It wasn't rewarding. I was just a number. And that's just how public accounting is, right? And so if I left, would the company suffer? No. They'd just be able to get somebody to replace me. And so at the time that I found the lease space in Magnolia, I saw this as a sign because I was looking at different locations, and I was like, okay, if I find something that works, I'm going to leave UI and just jump in and do this full time. And I got a hell of a deal where we're at in Magnolia now. And so I took it as a sign, like, you know what, this is my time. I need to go full in because, I feel like if you're not going to do something 100%, chances are it's not going to work because you're not giving your all, right? And so I left UI and jumped in head first, man. And I think to answer your question, I think when you have passion for something, I think you're going to find a way to make it work. And I think you need that as an entrepreneur, right? Like you need to have that passion. You need to have that purpose because otherwise you can get lost because, it's tough, right? Like I think a lot of people think entrepreneurship is like, hey, I'm going to open up my own business and I'm just going to make all this money and then I'm going to get to just be on my laptop sipping a cappuccino in the morning, and it's not like that, right? Like it's tough. It sucks sometimes, most of the time, right? And so you have to have a purpose because if you don't have a purpose, it's really easy for you to get lost and for you to just say, you know what, why am I doing this?
And financials isn't necessarily the best purpose. If you start getting behind something for money, it's really easy to not have. You can lose it.
Yeah.
But whenever you have passion behind your purpose, that's something that no one can take away from you. That's in here and in here. That's yours forever.
Right. And I think that's something that carries through to your people too, whoever's on your team. When they see that, hey, this guy's not just out here trying to make money. This guy believes in what he's doing. This guy has a purpose. Like, let's jump on board. Like, I want to be a part of that,
Yeah.
And so to answer your question, that's kind of how that entrepreneurial jump happened. I took it as a sign and I was like, all right, we're going all in.
I dig it.
Man, I love that. I had a very, very similar sign, so I was dreading what I was doing. I had no choice but to do it, moving from Michigan with the big recession hit. I was doing donuts, from 2 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Every morning, same thing, 7 days a week, over and over and over. And one day I just got so fed up. I was like, man, this is not my profession. I don't like doing this, Even though I was a master at it, one day I opened up my drive-through window and I looked right across, and it was a shop. It was a car shop. I was like, this is what I was meant to do. I grew up with my father, my brothers doing cars. This is what I'm meant to do. This guy never opened. I'm going to go out there and see if he wants to sell his business. Talked to him. He turned me down, and I was like, man, you know what? That was a sign, too. I was like, then that's not for me. Went on Craigslist, started doing some searches. I was like, you know what? I can't. I got my brother fired up. I was like, yo, we need to do this together, Got into it, and now, till this very day, I love what I do with cars, I just love it. But I can definitely relate to what you're saying. It was a sign.
Yeah.
And I love that. So, next question. Was it, because I know you have multiple business, you said, was it always your intent to open up several locations?
It wasn't. I think originally I always thought, okay, I'm going to open up a barber shop, right? I don't think, at least not at the beginning, I thought, I want to open up multiple. But I think once you see your kind of your dream happen, right? And you're like, man, like I'm here, and you see a lot of people supporting that. It's like, okay, well, a lot of people are behind this, behind this movement, so to speak, right? And then, I had barbers that joined that wanted to be a part of the shop. And as we got more barbers in, that just helped the whole chemistry, right? And it just kind of like added fuel to the fire, and it just exploded. And so now, I see it as like we want to give that feeling that I love of getting a haircut, of coming into a place that's a community, that vibe. I want to share that with the world at this point. You know what I'm saying? So It's not, I want to open up more locations because I want us all to make more money, right?
Yeah.
It's, I see how people leave our place and they're happy and they're looking forward to the next time that they can come, that I want to share that with as many people as possible.
You want to spread the love.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's positivity. Like I want the world to feel that, because I feel good being in there. I know people feel good when they come and visit us. That, like, why wouldn't you want to come to a place like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, man, sky's the limit. And like I was saying, you get a good team, you can do anything, man. And so at this point, you know, we want to just be able, wherever we can share what we bring to the table and people accept it and receive it, that's where we want to be.
I love it. I love it. So I can tell that you're very passionate about what you're putting out to the community with your business. Are there any other things that you're wanting or longing to see, or goals for the community in general outside of the barbershop?
Yeah, so one of my goals, especially for 2021, I started doing a little bit more in 2020, was really just giving back, because we've been really blessed to have a lot of people support us. We have a big network between our barbers, our clients, just our whole network, that I think we can create a positive impact really in our immediate community. And so, you know, anything from sponsoring Little League teams to helping give back at different events, sponsoring, you know, whatever it may be, we want to take the blessings that we've been able to get and pay that forward, you know? And so, you know, getting involved with other businesses, right? Like if we can help grow someone else's business, then that's what we're there for. You know, I believe that blessings are meant to be shared.
Damn,
you
that's
know,
awesome. Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah,
And
yep.
so I don't think you're meant to just keep that. And so we've definitely been blessed, you know, abundantly. And so we want to be able to give back and be able to be, you know, that catalyst for positivity and just a huge impact in the community, wherever it may be needed. You know, I don't think that there's anything in specific, but really, however we're called to help out, man, like that's really what we want to do, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You're keeping your doors open to any of the potential needs that people and the community have. That's important, not closing yourself off.
Yeah, and so one of the things that kind of how I operate is I kind of let things play out, right? Like I take any opportunity that comes and I listen to it, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know, like you can't fight that. And so, you know, for me, I don't want to limit myself to just, okay, we only want to do this and that. You know, I'm all ears, man. Whatever we can do to help out, whatever we can do to help contribute to, you know, a cause, like that's what we're here for, man.
That's awesome. I love it, man. You're
Ditto.
such an amazing person, man. I hope that everybody gets to
With
go
an
see
amazing
you.
hat.
Hey, if you guys are tuning in and you can't see him right now, you better tune in on Facebook Live tomorrow, because honestly, or today, and look at him. We got
Or YouTube.
Man, we got man, Justin Timberlake kind of looked like him. I'm gonna tell you that, okay?
That's
Yeah,
right.
Justin
He looks
Timberlake
like
does
me.
kinda look
He
like
looks
him.
like me. That's
looks
right.
like Zach. No joke. Identical. So, let's see what we got. I know people like getting haircut, but I run into this too. Okay, I gotta ask you this because I still don't know. Now I go to a barbershop. What is the difference between a taper, and I know it's stupid, and a fade?
You know, so that actually depends on what the client says. And so as barbers, and I don't know if everybody does that, but my guys, when you say a taper, for barbers, a taper is really just a gradual from shorter to longer, just on the sides here in the temple and in the very back. Right? Now, some people confuse a fade, which is all the way around, like even behind the ears. That's really what a fade is. Some people call that a taper. So my guys always ask, okay, you want a taper? Do you want it all the way around, or do you just want the ears in the back, right? But the Galindo's definition of a taper is just a gradual from shorter to longer, right here, just in the temple area and in the very back. That's what's a classic traditional taper.
That's a taper, okay.
Yeah, a fade is when it's shorter all the way around, and then it gradually gets longer all the way around, even behind the ears. So that's a full fade. Now, you could have, some people call a taper fade because it starts, you know, skin and then gradually gets longer. But if you tell us, hey, I want a taper, we're automatically going to think you're talking about just the sides and the back. So we'll ask you, do you want it all the way around, or do you want just the sides and the back? So
Okay.
But I also hear, yeah, I love it, but I also hear, let me get a low taper, a high taper, a mid taper,
Yeah.
or a high fade, low fade, mid fade.
yeah, so that just depends on where you make the initial line, right? So for example, like if you look at my hair, this would be more of a mid to high fade because they make the line pretty much like.
Can you guys see that?
Where's the
Look
camera?
at that right
Yeah.
there, right there.
Oh, right here. Okay. Shout out to my barber Ishmael, aka Perfecto Blends, aka Fabuloso.
Shout out, Ishmael.
He keeps me looking sharp.
Man.
But so this would be more of a mid fade. Now, if you want to get a low fade, that means you would make the starting guideline really, really close to the edges, to where most of this here would still be dark. All right. So the fade transition would be really a little smaller.
Okay.
When you say mid fade, you start up, kind of midway on the head, and if you want a high fade, it would be kind of like a high and tight, where it's like really high up, and you only have hair really on this very top part here.
So if a stranger comes in first time to Galindo, okay, say if I came in, look at my hair, okay, I want you to look at my hair, it's so long, and I said, look, I want a whole new look. I want you to do what you think looks right on my face, okay, facial structure. Just do what you want. I don't know what to ask for. What would you do?
Yeah,
What would you
so
recommend?
that's when I was mentioning earlier that we can change somebody's world, like we can literally just rock your world and give you an
Yeah,
experience.
my world rocked.
yeah, and you want an experience that you've never had
Yes.
before. So I like that because this is where we can show our value. This is where we can really differentiate ourselves. Because most of the time, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? You come in and you're like, I don't know what to get. They'll say, okay, what do you normally get? Oh, I'll get like a 1 on the sides. Okay, they'll do a 1 on the sides and cut your hair. That's it, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna ask you, okay, so tell me, do you normally style your hair? Like, tell me what you do on a day-to-day basis. Do you style it? How do you style it?
I do a comb over, a little volume, you know what I mean? A little bit right here. Just a comb over, that's
and
it.
Do you use product normally?
I do use pomade. I would use Suavecito.
Okay. Is there a reason why you use that specific pomade?
Man, it smells so good.
It does. It smells good. So do you like Suavecito? If I'm not mistaken, it has kind of like a shine to it.
Yes.
Right. Like a wet. So do you like the wet look, or do you like more of just like?
I don't put too much where it gives you that natural look too, like this, and I just blow dry it.
Okay. So you like that? That's the style
Yes,
that you like.
I do.
And then, how short do you like it on the sides? Do you like the haircut to last you a good while? Do you like it like sharp and clean to where it shows scalp?
So let me tell you this, okay? I have not found no one that can actually really cut my hair just yet, okay? In the beginning, I never ever want a female to touch my hair because, this female don't know how I want my hair. You know what I mean? I had multiple females mess my hair up, and I would never ever have a female cut my hair again. But then I found this one particular female that can really cut my
That's
hair.
usually how it works, man.
Yeah, I was like, man, a guy know what I want. You know what I mean? A male guy.
Yeah.
I want to go, but I can never. Wow, I am not gonna put nobody out there, but
So what we found is actually women have better dexterity than guys, and so a lot of times, especially when it comes to fades where you need like a lot of precision. Not all the time, but more often than you would think. The girls can get down, man. We've got a couple.
I've noticed the same thing.
We've got a couple of girls that, man, I'll put money on them over any guy, man.
why is that?
Just the amount of detail that they can put into a haircut. I'm talking about you don't see a single line in a fade. I'm talking about it looks blurry. Like it looks like you need glasses because it's like, there's no lines anywhere on the fade, man. You know what I mean? Now, some of the guys can do that too, but like you were saying, normally in when it comes to male grooming, you would think that a lady would not know how you would want your hair.
Yeah.
But so, for example, does your wife ever tell you like, "Oh, I like your haircut"?
Shit. All the time. She was like,
Right.
Who messed your hair up?
Right, exactly.
I'm like,
right.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Man,
yeah.
I thought I had a great haircut. Come home, my wife, my 17-year-old daughter.
What
they're the
happened
first-
to you?
No, they're the first two to notice everything. He got brand new shoes. Oh, he got a haircut. Who messed your hair up? You went to somebody different than you. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you this
I'm like,
too.
they
So,
notice everything.
so,
Do you notice everything?
so a woman is gonna look at you different than a guy's gonna look at you, right? Like I'm not gonna look at you and look at your face and look at how you know what I'm saying, like your head shape and all that. Normally, right? Like if I just
Yeah.
meet you, right? But a woman will, they'll focus on things that a guy won't. And so, for women, that's kind of an advantage because it's natural for them to look at things like that. For guys, you have to teach them like, oh, hey, look, you got to look at the guy's head. You got to make sure that when you cut their hair, you square it off where it needs to be squared off. But women, they just almost naturally look at that, right? And so for them, it's a little easier to grasp things like that.
See, now
Yeah, it's less
I'm
technical.
having mixed emotion. Like, man, should I have a guy cut my hair when I go see you, or should I have a female cut my hair?
You know, now since you said that you wouldn't have let another female do it, I'm gonna put you with one of our best ones, man.
Go for it.
And she's gonna rock your world, bro. Seriously, she's
Hey,
gonna
baby,
rock
you're
your
listening.
world,
It's
man.
not that way, okay?
No, not
She's
that
gonna,
way.
like, rock my head.
But I guarantee you, man. But anyway, so to kind of answer your question, we try to do a consultation to where we figure out, what your lifestyle is, what you want the end result to be, and then we just use our intuition, right, and our expertise to craft that for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Paint that picture.
Yeah, and paint that picture. But it all comes from asking those questions, right? Like, how do you normally
Man,
style
you're
your
the first
hair?
person I honestly hear consultation
Yeah.
to ask, hey, what's your lifestyle? What do you do? Man, that's amazing. I go into a barbershop. How do you like your hair?
They,
Number
right.
1, 2, 3,
Exactly.
taper, fade.
Exactly.
That's
But
it.
but it's similar in a lot of industries. So for example, like servers, right? Like you go to a restaurant, are you an order taker, or are they trying to really like, hey, what do you normally like? What do you normally eat?
Yeah.
Let me recommend some, right? Have you guys had an experience like
Yeah.
that? Where you go to
Yeah.
a new
Yeah.
restaurant
Time,
Whoa!
and then you're blown away, right?
Yes.
And then you want to come back because
I want that.
they just added value, right? Like they did something that no one else has ever done.
Yep.
And so that's really what we try to do. But you get that from a proper consultation, because you can't give the same haircut to every single person, right? Like you can't do that. Then you're just a chain or something like that,
Yeah.
And so you tailor it by asking those questions and really figuring out what's going to work for this specific person.
Might even say that each person's an original.
No, it really is. No two people are alike. No two heads are the
That's
same.
right,
oh, there
man.
you go. There,
That's
hey,
right.
Give me some too, man.
Damn, dude, that's it.
But yeah, so that's really where the difference comes in really figuring out what it is that's going to fit you best, and then just giving you the best possible haircut that we can give you.
I love it.
Hey,
I'm
all
coming to
I
get
know
my
is that,
haircut
man, Hey,
too.
Galindo, shout out to Galindo. He's gonna be the McDonald of barbershop. You really sold me on it. Did he sell you on it? Because I really want to go get. Actually, I want to get my world right.
I didn't
tomorrow.
get
Hey, please do,
McDonald's
man.
out of it, but I
But
got.
hey, we'll take it. I know what you meant, man. I know what you
Serious,
meant.
no,
I know what you meant.
I'm gonna go tomorrow because I need a haircut. I need a
I
haircut.
can't go tomorrow, but I'll come over on the weekend.
You
I'll
guys,
tell you my
let me know,
experience.
man.
I'll tell you my experience. When I
Don't
go
make me
tomorrow.
jealous.
Bro, man. Whatever he said was like, man, I'm ready for like right
Listen,
now.
hold on. Do you have any
Bring
advice
pair
for
of
those
clippers?
up and coming barbers, or for anybody that might be wanting to begin a successful business like yourself?
Yeah, I would say, like I was mentioning earlier, you got to have a purpose. Because I think a lot of people, so in this industry, for example, if you're a barber and you say, I want to open up my own barbershop, you really got to think, why do you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that because you think you're going to make more money doing it? Or because you truly want to share your art,
Yeah.
your artistic expression with other people,
Yeah.
Because I think you'll find that if you just want to make more money, it's a lot harder than what you're thinking it's going to be,
It's not a great drive.
Yeah, and so number one, and not just in barbering, but really in any industry, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing it? And then what is your why? And really focusing on that. Because if you don't know why, then how are you going to express what you're selling or what you're doing to your customers?
Now, there's a
You
lot
know what
of
I'm saying?
people
Yes.
that don't. So, is there any recommendation that you can give those people to where could they start to find
Your
their
passion.
purpose
Your
or
passion.
their why?
Your
What if
passion.
they don't know what that is? What if they feel like they don't have one?
Then you've got to try things, man. You've got to try things. I would say do something that you haven't done before. Step out of the norm. Do something that you haven't done before. Because obviously, if you're doing the same stuff and you feel like I can't find it, you got to try something new, right?
Yeah.
You got to step outside the box and you got to get uncomfortable. And more times than not, you're gonna find something that like, I should have done this a long time ago, man.
Exactly, because
Right?
you reflect back to your childhood, going into the barbershop where you fell in love with it. Like, man, I miss going to the barbershop, the atmosphere and everything. You know what I mean? And then after that, you went to corporate America. Like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. You reflect back, like, you know what? Let me go back to my roots.
Yeah. But what I truly love. And
Yes.
so yeah, so I would say that, man, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. Because if you're feeling like, I don't know, you gotta try something new. Because really what you're doing now it's not fulfilling you. So you got to step outside of the box, man.
Would you say that trying something new, or that like that sense of getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, is something that shouldn't ever go away? Is that a part of the entrepreneurship, area?
Yeah, I think just running a business, there's so many things that come at you that you will never expect, right? And so you have to, and I know it sounds so cliche, right? Like you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you hear that all the time, right? But it's true. You have to be adaptable, right? You have to know, okay, don't overreact at things. Don't get down on things. Just look at it rationally. And if something pops up, think of it. Okay, what can I do? Right? Don't think of, oh, this happened. Don't focus on the problem. You got to focus on the solution, right?
Yeah.
But you have to be adaptable, and really you got to roll with the punches, man. You gotta really become train your mind to not overreact, to not be weighed down by the unexpected and by things happening.
Does that happen overnight?
No, absolutely not, man. I think everybody, when they start, you're gonna overreact on things, and you're gonna doubt yourself, and you're gonna feel down. But with time, and as you stick through it, and as you go through things, you'll learn. Like, I mean, I can look back and like, man, there's some stuff that I'm like, I don't know how we got past that, But now I know when something else comes up, okay, it's gonna suck, but we got past that, so I'm pretty sure we can get past this, right?
Yeah.
And even if I don't know if I'm gonna get past it, well, for me to get to where I want to get to, I have to at least try.
That's right.
Right. But I think that entrepreneurial mind, you have to roll with the punches, man. You have to accept change and not get complacent, man. There's a saying, right? If you're not growing, you're dying. And you have to keep growing. And to grow, things have to change.
That's right.
And you have to adapt to it. So
I got to ask you this. Do you read?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
'Cause
How
when
important do you think that is?
I've learned over the last couple of years, for your mind, you have to do things outside. And it's really easy when you're running a business to be so caught up in running the business, right? To where all you do, like you're in operations during the day. Then you get home and she knows this more than anybody. You're running things during the day. You get home, doing stuff on the computer. You're doing administrative stuff. You never turn it off. And so you have to do stuff to feed your mind, right? Because otherwise you build stress, you get overwhelmed. And I enjoy, like, when you find a really good book that you can't put down, that, like, to your mind, that's like, I mean, it's like ecstasy to your mind, right?
Shout out to Feed Your Mind.
Yeah, no, seriously, man.
Quickly, give us 3 good books.
The one that I can't put down right now is called Shoe Dog, the Phil Knight story of Nike.
Shout out to Shoe Dog.
The 48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power.
And 50 Cent, his latest one, man.
I was
Not
reading
the
that.
first time I
Hustle
heard that.
Harder. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Hustle Harder.
Hustle Smarter.
Hustle Smarter, yeah.
I put that up. I said I was reading that book a week and a half ago. Man, hey, shout out to my brother who was dogging me about that. He was like, oh, you're stupid. I was like, why would you listen to... And some other people was like, how you going to listen to somebody that's broke? I was like, bro, there's so much stuff that's in there
So many
that
nuggets,
I can relate.
man. So many
You know what I mean?
nuggets.
That
So
I
many
can
nuggets.
relate to it.
Yeah, but I would recommend Shoe Dog, the Nike story. I had no idea how all of that happened, how he built just a huge company. Can't put it down. I'm not done with it. I've got maybe like 20% left, but it's so good, man. So highly recommend.
Go.
Yep.
So what can we look forward to from Galindo's in the future? And are there any upcoming projects?
So right now, our priority really is getting that location number 3 going. It's something that we really want to take advantage of. The Woodlands and Conroe area is just booming, and we want to be the first one to strike, man. We want to strike while the iron's hot, plant our feet on the ground, be the first ones in the area. And so that's really our priority right now. But as far as what we have in store for 2021, really just growth, helping our team reach, their highest potential, their fullest potential. And really being able to give back. So I think really the big one would be giving back and just being more involved with the community. So any events that go on, whenever we have events going on again, right, of more than 50 people, we definitely want to be involved. And for any businesses out there that are looking to put events together, We definitely love to be a part of it, whether, from a vendor perspective or sponsorship perspective, or really any way that we can be involved, especially in, Woodlands, Conroe area. We definitely want to be a part of that.
Well, I'm going to talk to you here after the show about some of that stuff, but we're going to go ahead and take a short break. We have a fun challenge coming up, and for those that watched last week, I lost a bet, so no matter what, I'm going to have to eat whatever it lands on. So stick around for that. Zach, are you ready for this?
Come on, man. I've been waiting.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We'll be back here in a moment. Hey there, everybody. I'm Taylor Cobion with the OC Wellness in Conroe, Texas, and I'd like to start this off with a question. What's the most important part of your health? That's right, psychology. If your mind isn't in it, then you aren't in it, and that's the biggest part of my job, increasing your drive, energy, and personal happiness. While I'm looking for people experiencing chronic disease, pain, and fatigue, the first step to helping these people, aka you, is by assessing their and your mentality. The information and marketing out there can tend to lead you down a dark rabbit hole, but you've got to remember that your mind and body are what? An original. And you are the what? The captain. Together that's original captain, and that's what the OC stands for. Do you know anyone who visits the chiropractor but still doesn't experience lasting relief? If so, please send them my way. I'm Taylor Cobion, owner of the OC Wellness, reminding you to keep your health and wellness original. Hey there, everybody. YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe, coming back at you with our Wheel of Death Challenge. For those of you that don't know what this is, there are two wheels. One of them has Son and I's name on it, and the other one has all of these glorious, scrumptious little delicacies like wasabi paste, fish eye, Vegemite and Vienna sausage juice, and pork blood with a wonderful cottage cheese topping. Zach, are you excited for this?
Let's go, man.
I'm gonna tell you, man, this
hyped,
guy
man.
is.
I'm ready.
I think I'm just the
Zach
only
is
one that
all
I
in
can't
it.
even do none of them.
Okay, who's it gonna be, Son or me? You.
Hold on, we gotta
you
start
or
with this.
I?
Can we start with the trivia first?
No, we can't do that
Why not?
because I want to know who's going up against him.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna go eat it. Okay, go ahead.
No,
I'm not. No,
you
go
can
ahead.
go ahead.
No,
Son.
no. Yeah, let's go, please, Taylor.
Please, don't hope for me, please, Taylor.
Yes, Taylor.
Oh! See? That's karma. I asked for myself, and you got it. But again, everybody, I'm going to have to do this anyways, so,
You lost
you
the bet.
know. Either or, I don't have to do it twice. Okay. Zach.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll and see what we're playing for.
It's so intense, man.
Please. Oh!
Oh, that's. Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
No.
All right, Dick,
No.
we're gonna need
It doesn't sound that bad.
we're gonna need 3 spoons, if you
Have
don't
you had
mind.
Vegemite?
Okay.
Okay, you guys are.
Okay. All right. Trivia. Here we go.
All right. So if I answer it correctly, I don't have to do it.
You. I eat it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Well,
so
He should have chose to.
If he answers it correctly, you eat it. If he answers it incorrectly, you got to take the hit.
Yeah.
Either or,
You're doing it.
I'm
right.
doing it with you.
That's cool.
So you're not alone.
Well,
and either or, you're not alone.
actually, what it's supposed to be is whoever the wheel selects, that's his teammate.
Oh, they do it with him.
Do it with him.
Or you get saved if he answers
Yeah,
it
if
correctly.
he answers correctly, you get saved.
Okay.
Audience, I'm sorry. I was trying to make this more difficult so Song could eat. And we got, it is what it is.
So if he gets it right, Taylor, you have to either eat this and spin again because
Is
you
that
lost
how
the
this
bet.
going? No, but he was in there.
Hey, you're gonna eat
It landed
regardless.
on him.
Stop
I'm eating
eating- stop
regardless.
checking it out.
Okay,
Check it
we've
out.
got categories. We've got film, music, television, sports, and pop culture.
Hit me with some sports.
Sports. Okay.
I didn't say nothing.
Audience, shh. Who shocked the world by beating the U.S. in sailing at the America's Cup in
You got this.
1983? This is multiple choice.
Okay. All right.
Great Britain, New Zealand, or Australia. I didn't know how to say that word for a moment.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call a lifeline. Can I call a lifeline? No.
No.
All right. We're going with Australia. We're going with the Aussies.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You are correct.
Let's go.
Yes. Woo! Only you eat. Yes. He hates this too. Oh
You
yeah.
gotta do the Vegemite.
I do.
You guys-
Do you have water? Does anybody?
we have some Jack.
Jack.
Ah!
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
How did you know that?
You said multiple
Like
choice.
Australia. You gotta go with Aussie.
This is from.
I didn't know either one.
Okay, so I'm stuck on this Vegemite Vienna sausage mixture juice thing.
You should just go ahead and put the eyeball in the juice.
I'm not
Pork
doing
loaf and
that,
cotton
son.
cheese. Just mix it all.
I can't.
Or how about this? Take a shot and take a tablespoon of that so it can wash it away real quick.
What? What's up with you?
Wasabi.
What's going on?
I'm just trying to help you
What
out.
did I do to you?
Shoot, I ate it last week. Yeah, take a wasabi.
No, I'm not going. I'll do that instead.
Here you go. Just in case you throw up.
Yeah, I might need that.
I got a barf bag.
Okay, I'm gonna pull us on.
Pull me.
This is tough for me, man.
Hey,
I've.
I'm enjoying this right now.
This is real.
I'm really enjoying this right now.
I'm pulling a you.
Is it chunky?
No. It smells bad. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst is a 20.
Hey, yeah, it is.
Really?
Yes,
it
it's
is.
a 20.
I'm just doing a little bit.
Oh, no.
What you talking?
No, Dick, do you approve that? Do you approve that?
What
no.
do you mean?
No.
That's not how it goes.
Ooh, Dick is coming.
No.
Dick, do
Stay
it.
away.
Nope, Dick, do it, please.
What is this? What are you doing?
For you guys just tuning in, this is Vegemite with Vienna sausage juice.
Dick, why?
Yes, do it.
Why, Dick? I'm shaking.
Feel your heartbeat.
Why are you growing with that?
Because your hand's so close and I don't know what to do with this hand.
Okay, do it. Do not spit it out.
Dude.
I'm gonna have to move out the way just in case, man.
And I don't know how to get this to my face. It feels like.
Easy, drop your neck. There you go. Now go closer. Want me to feed it to you?
3,
You want me to feed it to
2,
you?
Son, stop it.
1. Go. Ah!
No, don't spit it out. Do not spit it out. No, do not spit it out. No. Oh my god.
I didn't.
Don't.
Oh no.
Turn that way.
I'm glad I didn't have to do that.
I didn't spit
does
it
not look
out.
fun.
All right, take
Okay.
wasabi. Wash it down.
That was wonderful.
Woo.
Woo. Okay. That was awesome. All right. So, Zach, did you have fun?
Yes. Appreciate y'all having me out, man.
Man, guys, if you guys don't know who Zach is, he's the owner of Galindo Barbershop. He has 3 locations. Would you like to go ahead and state what your locations are at?
Yeah, so we've actually got 2 barbershops, and we've got a spa. We've got a barbershop in Magnolia, got a barbershop in Conroe, and we've got a spa in Magnolia as well. We're open 7 days a week. Only time we close is national holiday. So if you're looking for a haircut, you can come by and check us out any day of the week.
Social media page.
At Galindo's Barbershop on Instagram, at Galindo's Barbershop on Facebook as well, galindosbarbershop.com on our website.
And if they want a book, they just go through the website.
Easiest way to do it is go on our website. We also have an app on the App Store and Android Google Store. Just search Galindo's Barbershop. That's the easiest way to book an appointment through the app.
Any shout out?
Shout out to my barber, Ishmael, a.k.a. Perfecto Blends, a.k.a. Fabuloso. Shout out to my now fiance for always supporting me here in the booth with me. And shout out to y'all, man, Young Professionals at Conroe, for having us on here, man. Really love what you guys are doing. I can see this really blowing up. You guys are gonna take over, man. And like I said, man, anything you guys need from me, man, I'm here for y'all. Yes, and open up the goodie
Oh, yeah.
He
bags.
brought us gifts.
He brought us gifts. Yes.
Yeah, so
tell
What
you-
is this?
y'all check it out, man.
Hey.
There's a couple
love
things.
The wine.
There's a couple things in there, man.
I got me a snapback. Hey,
There's
get
a
this.
little off-air segment
that
that we might
BMW.
shout out about Galindo's relating to this here
BMW.
logo.
Oh, you don't need a haircut
Bro,
anymore.
Hey,
I got
it's beanie weather.
It is beanie weather. My wife's been
Hey,
making fun of me
I
because
know you like Suavecito, but we got that Galindo's. We got that
boy.
Galindo's, man. With a good smell too.
I'm gonna tell you the reason, man. I love this. Thank you so much.
And then that's okay. So that one's for him, cause he's got the beard. That's the beard balm right there.
Oh,
So we'll
You know what?
We'll
Hey,
give you the beard balm.
wait a
yeah.
minute.
I need to grow some
Hold
beard.
on.
I can't.
No, there's only one beard balm. I couldn't figure out which one was this.
Thank
But yeah, so
you.
that one's
Which
yours.
one
I
is it?
love all
This
of
one?
this.
Yeah, that's the beard
Here.
balm. Yeah, that one's his.
Take it.
Hold on.
Are you gonna rock that? Yo, I love this. Thank you guys so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Man, I'm locked.
Hey, everybody.
You know what?
So, back to the statement about giving back. Galindo's, check them out. Go get your hair cut. Thank you so much for coming on this evening. This
Not
was
just on
wonderful.
that, I
Thank
already
you so
booked
much
my
for the
appointment for
unnecessary
tomorrow.
guests. You already booked. I need to book mine for Saturday.
I got you, man. We'll get you on there.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Tune back again at YPC936 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Check us out on our website. If you have any questions, just give us a shout. Thanks always for tuning
104.5
in.
and 106.1 tomorrow. No, noon
And
on Friday.
Sudden Link Channel 12.
There you go.
Have a good night.